Hello, welcome to the 2010 through 2011 NFL regular season schedule, Week 12 picks, Part 2 of 2. We're going to start off between Jacksonville at the Giants of New York at 12 o'clock Central Time on Fox. The Jaguars aren't as strong defensively, ranking 27th overall and last in yards allowed per completion, 13.1. Giants 20, Jaguars 13. At 12 o'clock Central Time on Fox, it's Minnesota at Washington. Training for Randy Moss was such a disaster that the talented but troubled wide receiver was soon sent packing. Young wideouts Percy Harvin and Sidney Rice have been hampered by injuries, leaving NFC rushing leader Adrian Peterson to try to carry the offense virtually by himself. The Redskins 5-5 have generally played to the level of their competition during their first year under head coach Mike Shanahan, beating NFC division leaders Green Bay and Chicago, tied atop the NFC North in Philadelphia, but losing to lightweights Detroit and St. Louis. Redskins 26, Vikings 24. At 12 o'clock Central Time on CBS, it's Tennessee at Houston. Texans quarterback Matt Schaub, the NFL's leader in passing yards last season, is the AFC's 11th rated passer, having completed 211 of 332 passes for 2,574 yards and 13 touchdowns, with 7 interceptions. Texans running back Arian Foster has rushed for 1,004 yards and 12 touchdowns and 194 carries. Foster has 39 receptions for 378 yards and 1 touchdown. Texans defensive end Mario Williams has 7.5 sacks this season. Texans 23, Titans 17. At 12 o'clock Central Time on Fox, it's Carolina at Cleveland. Former Panther and now Browns quarterback Jake Delhomme will challenge his old team, filled with friends, when the Panthers venture to Cleveland on Sunday. Delhomme was the Panthers' starting quarterback from 2003 to 2009 and led them to a Super Bowl. After a disappointing 2009 campaign, the Panthers released their starting quarterback on March 5th, and then 8 days later, Delhomme signed a 2-year deal with the Browns. Delhomme returns to the Browns starting lineup after suffering from a sprained ankle in the season opener against the Buccaneers and being reactivated in Week 5 when the Browns faced the Falcons. Although there is no bad blood between Delhomme and the Panthers organization, every player wants to beat their former squad. Browns 19, Panthers 9. At 12 o'clock Central Time on CBS, it's Pittsburgh at Buffalo. Roethlisberger missed the first 4 games of the season as he was serving a league-imposed suspension for violating the personal conduct policy, yet he still has completed 117 of 187 passes for 1,579 yards, 12 touchdowns, and just 4 interceptions. Wallace is averaging 23 yards per reception and has racked up 759 yards on just 33 catches with 8 touchdowns, while running back Rashard Mendenhall leads the way on the ground with 811 yards and 8 touchdowns on 202 carries. Outside linebacker James Harrison is having another Pro Bowl season with 9 sacks, and safety Troy Polamalu has a team-wide 3 interceptions to go with 52 tackles. Linebacker Lawrence Timmons is the leading tackler with 86 and also has 3 sacks, 2 interceptions, and 1 fumble recovery. Steelers 13, Bills 7. At 12 o'clock Central Time on Fox, it's Green Bay at Atlanta. Few opponents have been able to make themselves at home in the Dome. Falcons quarterback Matt Ryan has lost 1 game as a starter in the Georgia Dome in 3 seasons. This is a terrific matchup of a defense playing well of the Packers and an offense with plenty of weapons in the Falcons. Atlanta has been especially sharp with its no-huddle offense. It likes to break on top and get its fans enthused. There is a log jam at the top of the NFC, as well as questions about who are the contenders and pretenders among the elite teams. This answers the question for another week at least. Falcons 24, Packers 22. At 3:05 Central Time on CBS, it's Miami at Oakland. After an embarrassing loss a week ago in Pittsburgh, the Raiders will be looking to reestablish their credentials as an aspiring playoff team. Oakland had won 3 straight games for the first time in 8 years before last week's 35-3 loss against the Steelers. Raiders D tackle Tommy Kelly has 5 sacks in his last 6 games. running back Darren McFadden would establish a new career high with this next rushing touchdown. He has 4 going into the game. Kicker Sebastian Janikowski is leading the league in points with 92. Raiders 19, Dolphins 15. At 3:05 Central Time on CBS, it's Kansas City at Seattle. Chiefs quarterback Matt Castle is a former backup to Matt Leinart under Carroll at Southern California. He has 18 touchdowns with just 4 interceptions. Starting for New England, Castle threw for 268 yards and a score in a 24-21 victory at Seattle on December 7, 2008. Kansas City has won 8 straight versus NFC West opponents since the 39-32 loss at Qwest Field on November 24, 2002. The Chiefs lead the all-time series 31-18. They won 35-28 at home in the team's last matchup of October 29, 2006. Chiefs 24, Seahawks 16. At 3:15 Central Time on Fox, it's St. Louis at Denver. Broncos wide receiver Brandon Lloyd surpassed 1,000 receiving yards a week ago, the first time he's reached the milestone during his 8-year career. Center G.J. Walton is one of only 5 rookie linemen in the league to have started every game for his team this season. Broncos 18, Rams 14. At 3:15 Central Time on Fox, it's Philadelphia at Chicago. With both teams at 7-3, the Eagles and the Bears are playing Sunday with major NFL playoff implications on the line. The winner will have a very good chance of securing home field advantage in the NFL playoffs, which might very well mean getting home field in a January rematch of these two teams, as both have a strong chance of securing a postseason berth. We may just be seeing a playoff preview on Sunday. Eagles quarterback Vic is having an MVP-type season, and the most impressive part of it is the way he's avoiding the mistakes that plagued his career with the Falcons. Vic has thrown 191 passes without an interception this year, which isn't just his best start, but the best start to any Eagles starting quarterback has ever had. After Vic, the best weapon in the Eagles offense may be running back LaShawn McCoy, who's coming off a 100-yard rushing game and leads all backs with 51 catches. Eagles 37, Bears 34. At 3:15 Central Time on Fox, it's Tampa Bay at Baltimore. The best way for Baltimore to win Sunday might be to get Ray Rice involved. The Bucs are 29th in the league against the run, allowing 136.5 yards per game, and they've yielded at least 130 in each of their 3 losses. If history's any indication, Sunday's game won't be close. Tampa leads the series 2-1, but the last 2 games produced shutouts. 25-0 Bucs in 02 and 27-0 Ravens at Tampa in 06. I'll say Ravens 20, Buccaneers 3. At 7:20 Central Time on NBC, it's Sunday Night Football between San Diego and Indianapolis. Manning is the 8th-ranked passer in the AFC, completing 286 of 438 passes for 3,059 yards and 20 touchdowns with 7 interceptions. Colts receiver Colley is out Sunday, but 4-time Pro Bowl receiver Wayne leads the AFC with 71 receptions for 865 yards and 4 touchdowns. Colts defensive ends Robert Mathis and Dwight Freeney have 7.5 and 0 sacks, respectively. Colts 16, Chargers 13. Then wrapping up Week 12 of the 2010 through 2011 NFL regular season schedule, it's San Francisco at Arizona, Monday Night Football, 7:30 Central Time on ESPN. The 49ers swept the season series from the Cardinals in 2009 and are seeking their first 3-game winning streak in this series since 2003 through 2004. Arizona is in the midst of its longest losing streak since an 8-game skid in 2006, which led to the firing of head coach Dennis Green. Is in danger of finishing below .500 for the first time under head coach Ken Wisenhunt. 49ers 26, Cardinals 19. And that wraps up part 2 of 2 of the 2010 through 2011 NFL regular season schedule Week 12 picks. So, after all, who you got?